guys, it's me Anyango here, hoping that you are healthy, wealthy, and free, and loving your life. Is how we do. Is how we do, right? It's a special day today. It is my 90th video that I will post. So if you've been following, all of this actually started because of a 90-day video challenge with the Six Figure Mentors that had me learning all these new skills and pushing myself into all these new strange ventures that I never thought I'd get into for the life of me. But here I am. And 90 days. Okay, it's been more than 90 days, but let's say 90 videos, 90 posted videos, because I've made many more. Some have been set aside to be edited because something went wrong. But yes, it is the last of the 90 days, 90-day videos from the challenge, but of course, not the least. I will be seeing a lot more of me, and you too. If you keep watching these videos, we'll be seeing a lot more. The one thing that I would love to say is that the idea of pushing myself out of my comfort zone has taught me a lot about what I can and cannot handle. Also what I can and cannot do, right? Basically, there's nothing that you cannot do. If you've watched my videos from the beginning, you'll notice that I started off really awkward and afraid and stuttering and not really sure of where to look in the camera and all that stuff. But that's gotten better as I've gone on, which just goes to show it's a matter of time. It's all a matter of time. You do it consistently over a period of time, and bam, it's now your thing. Not that this is my thing, but yeah, you get what I mean. So this might end up being a really long video, just to warn you if you intend to watch until the end. Might be a long one. But the main reason for this particular video, or the main topic, will be just purpose. Our purpose in life. And of course it has to tie into Chadwick Boseman's passing. It's too fresh in my mind to not be. So it still boggles me, and I try to understand how he was able to push through all the videos that he made as he was suffering. And I think the bottom line is that he had figured out what his purpose was, and knowing what it was, then the only way to go was to fulfill that purpose. I have a video that's called Pick Your Assignment and Complete It. Pick your assignment, because I don't think there's really a knowing, a 100% knowing. There's an inkling and an idea, and then there's a decision. So you decide that this is it, this is the one that I have chosen, this is what I'm going with, and then you move forward and you push forward and you fight forward, and that's it. So it's all about decisions. Everything is about decisions. Everything in life is about decisions. Whatever you place on emotion will eventually come back to what you decide to feel. What you feel is also a decision, right? And so if you decide on a particular purpose strong enough and believe in it strong enough, fully enough, that everything around you is geared toward that one thing, then nothing stops you. How was Chadwick, with stage 3 cancer, stage 4, because I'm not sure at what point he got to stage 4, able to bulk up for all the movies that he made, for all the Avenger movies that he made? He was bulked up. I mean, meaning that he was training and practicing and working out and eating right and all this stuff, even as his body was shutting down. How is he able to counter that? How is he able to push through that? It was a mental decision. It was mind over body. It was simply, this is what I intend to do before I die, and I will do it before I die. And he did it. He did it. Kobe puts it this way in one of his interviews. He says, when the game is more important than the injury, you don't feel the injury until after the game is done. This was, I think, his explanation about how he was able to walk off the court after he pulled his Achilles heel. Is it pulled, or he tore his Achilles heel? Yeah. And like, they were shocked. How are you able to still do your two? I think he had two shots. He had 2 shots, and then he walked off the court. And normally this is excruciating pain. So how was he able to do that? And he said, he gave the example. He gives this example. If you've torn your hamstring, which if you watch my videos, I did, trying to do splits. So if you've torn your hamstring and you go to the doctor and you're told, okay, so rest your leg, no strenuous movements, no sudden movements, keep it rested and elevated. Okay, cool. And you're at home as a father. This is the example that he gave. As a father, you're at home, you're sitting, you're watching TV or whatever it is. Your kids are somewhere, your wife is somewhere in the house, you don't know where, and a fire breaks out in the home. Do you now go back to your doctor's words of do not move, no sudden movements, keep your leg rested? Or will you forget about the pain that you're feeling in your leg and immediately dash to find your kids and find your wife and get them out of the house, hamstring be damned? You forget about the injury. So this might be extreme, but in Kobe's mind, when the game is more important than the injury, you forget about the injury. It was that serious to him. His purpose was to become the best basketball player he could be. That was his purpose. He didn't even understand the concept of people taking vacations away, like missing 1 or 2 games to go on vacation to rest. He was like, what? That's nonsense. How do you do that? People pay millions to come and see you deliver, to come and see you play, to come and watch you do your best. You cannot have an excuse. Your purpose when you get into that court is to be the best that you can be. Flip the analogy to life. Chadwick's purpose was to be to us King T'Challa, was to bring us all the movies that he gave us, and he did. He pushed through whatever it is because his purpose was to leave those stories with us to the best of his ability. And back to what China was saying about he was comfortable in himself. He's one of the few people that is really so comfortable, was so comfortable in himself, in being himself. How was he able to do this? Because he knew what his purpose was. He knew what he was here to do. And once you know what you're here to do, and you know that you will do it in the being that you are, you will do it in the body that you've been given, in the person that you are, with nothing else to prove, nothing to show, because I am doing what I am here to do, then you're comfortable because you're doing what you're meant to be doing. You're in your place in history, doing what you should be doing. So there's a quote that actually, there's a photo that I posted on Instagram, and it says, this is actually what Chadwick says. He says, your purpose is the reason you are on this planet at this particular time in history. Your existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. So your existence right now, the reason why you are here now, today, in the situation that you are in, the reason why I am here in this chair, in this city, in this place, making this video, all of this is wrapped up in what I am put here to fulfill. And once you discover that purpose, that thing that is pushing you to do the thing that you were doing in that moment, then you realize that you must do that thing completely, fully, to fruition, in the best way possible. Because I am here to do this thing right now. Now, there is also the mere fact that the reason why, or the purposes that we have, are tied to other people's purposes. Whatever I am here to do will only be fulfilled in fulfilling somebody else. And I've talked about this in terms of sharing. The only way you will fulfill your purpose is if you share it with somebody. Your purpose is in impacting somebody else so that they fulfill their purpose by impacting another person. It's a ripple effect, and I believe that is what we are meant to be in the world. That's why man cannot be an island. Man is not meant to be alone. Not necessarily single relationship-wise, no. But in terms of fulfillment, personal fulfillment, it is in the impact that you have on another person. It is not just you and yourself and in your room and, no, that's not how it works. That's why extroverts are as they are. That's why introverts are forced to become extroverts. That's why introverts find other introverts. they impact each other. There is no purpose that you have that does not affect any other person. As quiet or silent as it is, it needs the input of another person for you to feel that fulfillment. It does not just come from within. It is in being good to another person. It is in creating that fulfillment in another person. It is in affecting another person. It is in easing the life of another person. In all these ways, whichever way it might be, but whatever it is that you're doing needs to be impacting somebody else, helping somebody else in the proper way for you to have that personal fulfillment. So regardless of whether you get billions of dollars or not, if you're not helping another person positively, then you are not personally fulfilled, and you know it, and you will know it, and you will feel it. That's just the way it is. And this we have heard from everybody and anybody. The fulfillment that you make is in helping somebody else. So how do we get to these? How do we, in a way, find these purposes that we have? I think there are two main ways. I think finding our purpose, finding our personal fulfillment can be instigated in two ways. One is in self-reliability, self-reliance. It is in me knowing that I need to be better personally for myself so that I can be happy about me, myself, and I when I look in the mirror. When I wake up in the morning and I think about what I have done and what I have accomplished or what I haven't accomplished, am I okay with myself being like this? So it is either in bettering myself, improving myself, learning new skills, intellectually, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. It is in teaching myself new things, or in accepting me as I am and knowing that this me, this person of me, as I am physically, intellectually, emotionally, is who is needed to fulfill my purpose in this particular time for the people that I have around me today. So it is either in learning and improving or and in accepting. So it's not either. It is in learning and improving myself and in accepting myself, in loving myself, loving me as a nyango in my looks, in my body, and in improving what can be improved. The Serenity Prayer. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay? That is in self-reliance, self-reliability. And just to add on to that, it is a knowing. Now I think this falls into self-improvement, knowing that if I decide to do a particular thing, I can rely on myself to actually complete this task. I know, or I teach myself and I force myself and I learn that when I decide to do something, as Anyango, when I decide that I want to do a particular thing, then I will go to the ends of the earth to ensure that that is completed. You decide and then you complete. Pick your assignment and complete it. Now, the second thing that I believe instigates or pushes us towards this purpose in life is in the people that we have around us. Of course, they're both related. Self-reliability, and then those that in our relationships. And in our relationships, platonic, romantic, which other ones are there? I don't know. In the relationships that we have around us, whether whoever it may be, those that we're close to and those that we're not close to, those that we associate with constantly and those that we associate with seldom. Okay? It is in ensuring that everything that I get from these relationships builds me up. Ensuring that it builds me up. Now, this could be either that I go out and find the right people that will build me up. This is in the mentors that we have. And in mentors, it's going to have so many branches. Okay, so you go out and find the people that I need, the people that I want, that I know will build me up. And these are the mentors that I have around me, or the friends that I have around me. And you don't need to go too far. The easiest place to start is with those who are closest to you. So you first check out, who do I have around me? Can I mine from them? Can I dig out from them the positivity that I require? Because it's always better the devil that you know than the angel that you don't, right? So if I can find in the devils that are around me, quote unquote, in the devils that are around me, the goodness that I require from my friends that are closest to me currently, from my family, my siblings that are close to me, from my parents who are with me, and even better, I think even better is from your parents, because these are the people closest to you that are obligated to do good to you and have the experience of living in this world long enough. So why go so far? You know, I could learn all of this, first of all, by just looking back at the experiences that I've had with them so far. The experiences that I've had that have made me really angry, as well as experiences that have made me so happy. I shared a video earlier where I talked about how I lost an argument to my dad. And not because, now this is me reflecting on this argument, not because I was bullied into it, although in that moment I did feel bullied, but because I didn't take the time to take my time. I could have very easily chosen to say, okay, Dad, that is your input, as you had asked for time to make this decision. Allow me to take some time and come back with viable counters to what you're saying. And then we would have had a very adult conversation. But me and my emotions, I went and blew up and then I was pissed off. How did that help me? It did not. It did not. So here we are, right? So all these lessons could be learned from those that are around us, in understanding the people that are around us and how they can positively affect me, affect you. Change of perspective, basically. So you find the mentors from those around you, or from those who are not around you, from books, from videos, from lessons. We have the internet these days everywhere. Going to seminars, attending talks, webinars, online workshops, whatever it is. So you go out and find these people that will give you the positivity that you need. This is under relationships, right? Or end. It's always end. It's never or. End. Get rid of the people that you have or who you feel are not giving you the value that you require to make you the better person that you need to be in order to fulfill the purpose that you have in this particular moment in time at the place that you are in. If we can constantly and consistently live in the moment, be present. Being present is another thing that's very difficult, because it's so easy to just zone out and just be whatever it is, right? So if we can consistently just be present in the moment, be able to evaluate everything that we are doing, even if it's not something that's necessarily pushing us toward our purpose in the moment. If I decide that I just want to enjoy myself, then let it be. But let me do it on purpose. Let me be doing it on purpose. I am doing this because I have decided that I want to take my time. Right? Yes, so basically, in summary, we all need that purpose that pushes us. We all need that one thing that I heard somebody say, I don't remember who exactly it was, but if you haven't gone through that moment where you're searching for your purpose, it will come. Don't think that it will not come. It will come. And in that searching, you will find different things. You need to try these things and then see which one works with you and which one does not. So in finding this purpose, we need to ensure that we are self-reliant on one hand in ourselves, accepting and willing to improve, as well as in our relationships, that we have the right people, finding the right people, and getting rid of those that are not. I believe that these are the two things that that push us forward. I don't know if there are others, but in my journey thus far, I believe these are the two things. Self-reliability, self-reliance, and the relationships that we have. And once this is put together, then I honestly, in my personal opinion, believe that that is the way forward. If you are okay with yourself in the very end, at the end of the day, then you're good. Then you're comfortable. And if you're comfortable in yourself, then what more is there to be? If you're happy with being you, then what more is there? Because in being yourself and willing to improve yourself, you are healthy. You are wealthy because you are beyond materials of this earth. And you are free because you need nothing else but you. You need no more because you have what you want around you and you're okay with it. And what more can a girl ask for? What more can a guy ask for? What more can you ask for than to just be okay and comfortable in your own skin? What's the need of living a life that you are not happy in, that you're not comfortable in? And remember, everything is a choice. There's no such thing as a choice. There is always a choice. There's no such thing as no choice. Double negative. There's always a choice. Always a choice. What you choose to do or not to do is still a decision. Right? So yeah, that has been, I believe, the culmination of most of what I have learned during this 90-day video challenge, and I've shared most of it. I will continue to share bits and pieces as it goes. And as mentioned, the video is long. The video is pretty long, but I hope that you understand my point of view on this, and I would love to hear what your point of view is. So grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Wisdom of the ages. Okay, cool. 90-day video challenge done. The videos will continue. I have loved the journey. Push yourself to do something new. Try something new. See whether you discover your purpose or one of your purposes in this life through something that you push yourself to do. And I will see you in the next video.